Okay, and so what I'm going to do after they're coated with the avocado oil, or you could use olive oil or vegetable oil. I just prefer a healthier oil. I'm going to broil these and these poblano peppers, and I'm going to turn them as they're charring. And then these I'm not going to leave in as long because I don't really want them to char on the outside. I just want them to soften up. So once they're softened up, I'll put them aside, put them in a bowl, and put a lid over them so that they'll soften. And then with the poblanos, like I said, I will let those char.
Eating a cookie.
Eating a cookie. I will let these char up all the way, flipping them as I go, and put them in a bowl for like 15 minutes with the lid, and then the outside char will peel off. I didn't explain that very good, but it is what it is, right, Mace? Okay, so they're in there now. Since I didn't really explain it well, because I'm just not good at explaining anything anymore, I'll just take videos and pictures of all the steps I take so you get a better idea of what I'm talking about. Alright, and while I'm flipping those as they're charring, and the red peppers are softening up in the oven on broil, I'm going to get my ground beef started in a pan with some avocado oil. I wanted to mention I've been using avocado oil because I love that you can use high heat with this. If you look closely, Mace, move for a minute, please. Thank you. It can go up to 500 degrees. So, whereas I love olive oil, but it burns easily.
Another cookie again.
Okay, so they're charring. The sweet pepper charred a little bit more than I want it to, but you know what? It's fine. It will taste great still. I might even, after I take it out of the bowl, peel a little bit of that off. For sure going to peel all this off of the poblanos, but okay, so my poblanos are going to go in for a little bit longer, but I'm going to take the sweet peppers, and I have a bowl on hand, and place these in the bowl with the lid. A few more minutes I'm going to give it with the poblanos, and I'm also going to stick these in the bowl with the lid. Alright, so I just pulled the poblanos out. That's about what they should look like. You could even char them a little bit more, but I think that's plenty good. So I'm just going to place them in the same container I have these, since they're pretty much going to have all the same ingredients inside of them. Put them in there with the lid, like I said, about 15-20 minutes. Okay, so I'm going to add the taco seasoning or the fajita seasoning to the meat now. I pulled half of the meat aside, so I'm going to add tomato sauce to that for the sweet peppers. And then on the side here I have 2 cups of water going, and I'm going to make some jasmine rice, because that's going to be added to both the poblano peppers and the sweet peppers. And that's where I'm at so far. And this is the tomato sauce I'm going to add for the sweet peppers with that ground beef over there in just a minute, because I got too much stuff going on. Alright, so I just added the fajita. I drained the ground beef, by the way. Added a little bit of water and the fajita mix. And it is smelling good. So I'm just going to let this cook up a little bit longer, turn the heat off. And then in another pan, I'm going to work with this ground beef and the sauce. Okay, while the peppers are sweating, the rice is also steaming. I've got the fajita mix in with the ground beef here, all ready to stuff the peppers. And now in my pan, I'm going to add some tomato sauce with the rest of the ground beef. This is going to be for my sweet peppers. Add that in. I'm going to mix it up and get that ready in a bowl too, so it's ready to stuff the peppers. I'm also going to eventually add rice into both of these mixes. In this tomato and beef mixture, I am going to add some tomato paste as well to kind of thicken the sauce up. Also, I wanted to show you, this is the cheese I'm going to use for the poblanos to stuff them with the ground beef and rice. This is just my preference. I'm sure there's other cheeses that people use. I've seen people use like Munster cheese and all sorts of different quesos, but this is my favorite for quesadillas, so this is what I'm using to stuff them. Alright, so now I got my baking powder out. I'm going to use coconut flour. I'm sure a lot of you are going to be like, what the heck, coconut flour? But honestly, you can bread chicken and all sorts of things, fish with this. It's gluten-free, it's a lot healthier. So that's what I'm using to bread. And I got my 4 eggs out, getting to room temperature. because what I'm going to do is I'm going to, after I stuff the poblanos, I'm going to dip them in the egg yolk and then flour them and then fry them, and they're going to be amazing. I'm not going to do that with the sweet peppers. I'm actually going to stuff those and put them back in the oven for I don't even know how long yet, but not long. And yeah, that's where I'm at so far, guys. Okay, so I actually decided to add a little bit of all-purpose flour. This is the brand I prefer, but I kind of did like half and half coconut flour and half all-purpose. I don't know why I decided to do that at the last second, but I just wanted to make sure that it tasted right, so that's what I did. And also the baking powder as well with it. The rice is done, so I added some to this pan with the tomato sauce. And then I'm going to add some, I'm going to put this back in the pan and add some to that as well. Alright, so these have been steaming for a while, sweating, whatever you want to call it. So what I'm going to do next is I'm going to go and peel these poblanos. I think I'm going to leave the sweet peppers the way they are, because even that char that I said I was going to take off, I think it's fine. I think that will just add some more extra flavor, good flavor to it. So yeah, I'm going to peel these, and then they will look like bright green underneath. And then I'm going to slit, cut down them on each pepper, even the sweet peppers, so that I can go ahead and start stuffing. And I will get back to you guys. Okay, so this isn't going to be easy to film and peel, but I did want to just show you how easy the skin does come off. I mean, you literally can just pull it right off. And then, like I said, it's going to be like a bright green underneath. Okay, so that's the peel that you're left with afterward, and this is what they'll look like. I didn't get all of it off, but you know, I figured with a little bit of char, it's more authentic. I've got Mason over here being a wild one while I'm cooking. Okay, so the sweet peppers, I did end up peeling because that charred peel came right off, luckily. And because I'm not using bell peppers this time, I'm using a Parmesan and mozzarella on top. And bake it at 350 for about 15 minutes, I'd say. And I'm thinking about putting some more tomato sauce over the top as well. But I will give you guys another picture of it when it's finished. Okay, while the sweet peppers are cooking, I got started on the poblanos. So I made a slit down them. They're all messed up right now, but I made a slit down them, rinsed them because they have a lot of seeds right here at the head by the stem, and then I pat dried them. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put some cheese, Chihuahua cheese at the bottom, stuff them with the meat and rice, and then I'm going to put more Chihuahua cheese on the top, and then that's when I'm going to dip them in the flour, and then dip them in the egg yolk and fry them. And they're going to be good, guys. Okay, so I floured them and then dipped them in the egg yolk, and now they're in. They look very messy, but I guarantee they're going to taste awesome. Let's take a look at, well, you can't really see them, but I'm going to check on those in a bit too. Just pulled these out to look at them. They're coming along. I just added some Parmesan to the top of them. You can kind of see a little bit, a lot of it has melted in it already. I'm going to add a little bit of tomato sauce right now and put them in for another 10 minutes, and then I'm going to call it a day. I think they'll be good. And then we got the chili rellenos over here. They are looking dynamite. Alright, I just flipped them. That's how they look. I just added some tomato sauce to the top of those. I'm going to pop them back in the... Alright, those cooked up so fast. I probably didn't even have to cook them that long, but they are done, guys. Look at how thick and stuffed they are. Oh my gosh. Even with them being open like that, they fried up perfectly. Super proud of myself right now. Very proud woman. Alright, y'all, it's all done. I have a lot of extra stuffing, so I'll figure out later what to do with that. But look at that, guys. Looks so good.